Good morning, everyone. It's cold. Not as cold as it was. So, no fire. It's warm enough in here. It's probably above 50 degrees, I would say, in the house. So it's fine. There's snow on the ground, a little bit, not much, a little bit. It's covering all the trees and everything out there. It's pretty. Um, So I talked about bullies and bullying, right? Yeah. And there's another thing that goes right hand in hand with all that, and that's jealousy. I think that one of our greatest failings as human beings, because it doesn't exist in the plant world or the animal world. Oh, yeah, okay. One could call it when a dog sees, you're petting him, what about me? And they come too, but they don't immediately start a fight. They don't get upset at each other. So it's kind of like competing for attention. That's not jealousy to me. But when it comes to people, jealousy is a big thing out there for many different areas, right? Yes? And sadly, that starts already in a child's heart quite early. Uh, I was thinking when I hear, and I've mentioned this before, the boogeyman under the bed or something in the closet or whatever, and children are scared. Even adults are scared of the dark. Why? Why are you scared of that? Jealousy. That's the boogeyman. That's the dark in our lives. Uh, I have a very sad story on that, but I'm all right. The reason I'm all right is I just talked to somewhere. I said, just because you can't see it doesn't mean that things aren't working. When the spirit moves, even if we can't see it. And due to that fact, often we can't see on how spirit world works hand in hand with people here on earth in different ways. We see friction, we see disunity, not realizing that now all you're just sticking with the material things. You're staying with just what you can see and hear in the physical, right? Yes. I find it interesting on how Jesus emphasized it doesn't matter what goes into your mouth, it matters what comes out. Yes. And on how deaf we actually have become to that due to the fact that our mouth very much has a physical and spiritual component. Yes? Well, the physical one is you eat. Yeah, okay. To sustain yourself, your body, all. Yes, yeah. And then there's the spiritual one where we speak. We speak a different language than the animals and the plants do. Do we not? Because a lot of what we are giving with our mouth and in the form of talk, speak, right, is what? Thoughts, our intellect. Yes, heart to mind. Uh, my mother has 3 children, and I don't talk to my mom very often anymore. And the reason is because I had to give way to a sibling that needed my mom much more than I do in the physical. And jealousy became a big part of that physical separation. Okay, I'm not going to get further into it, but I don't feel separated or disunited with my mom. My mom had to make a decision. My mom knew that I was in a good place, that I didn't need her as much as my other sibling needed her. And I understand that, and I respect that in my mom very much. Yes? Okay. Because due to the fact that she has great faith in Jesus and our Heavenly Father, Eo, and has this amazing prayer life that I have benefited from very, very much. Myself, my family, my children, my grandchildren. And that's something that, to me, is more than enough. And I feel that in spirit, I'm always united with my mother, with my mom, who raised me, who raised us all under very quite difficult circumstances. Not as difficult as other people have to do in the world, but. So, I didn't let that little green monster destroy our whole family. I just stepped back and I said, okay, I got it. This is how it has to be. And in many ways, yes, I want to, but I know that I shouldn't. That in the way things are right now, it is as it is, and it is also healing for my sibling. Yes? Okay. I'm going to leave it at that, just to kind of give a little bit of an example on how difficult it can be for us to just say, I'm going to have to just step back, no matter how right I am, no matter how awful this actually is, and on how the treatment in a way that I got for a while, I've got to step back and see what's kind of behind the curtain, and understand on why it is needed for me to just step out of the way and let jealousy on the other side run its course. No, I kind of cut that off by stepping aside and not being a part of it anymore. Yes? When one has to do things like this, then people around you think, oh, you're mad at them or angry. And I'm not, because I understand that I'm quite at peace with myself, I have to say. Probably more than I should be. I'm not sure. I don't like people lying to me. I don't like people patting my shoulders for things I'm going, now you're just flattering me, or this or that. I don't like pretend. I really don't. It's really something I quite abhor. And now I don't have to pretend anymore that I don't know, don't see. And I'm also not a part of the per se abuse anymore, where I have to say, why are you treating me like this now? I'm not getting what you're doing here. Okay. There is always a combination of things. But I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm not disillusioned. I'm not looking for extras or anything like that. I want my family to be okay. I want every family member to be okay on the level that they are at. My mom and I will always be united in prayer. That's a wonderful thing. That's more than I could ever hope for. And I would say going both ways. And I also know in my heart on how my mom understands, and on how I understand her, on where things just are at this time. You see? Okay. But that little monster, green-eyed monster, they call it, right? As well, jealousy. And if we're not aware of that, we don't recognize that in our life, then it causes a lot of destruction. Okay, that's what I wanted to start out with this morning. All right, next, I have a show to watch. My sister in faith, Nancy, sent me the link again to watch that prayer vigil, and I got to be a part of that. So we're doing this right now. Looks like we're probably going to go through more lineage stuff here. It's okay. Which is first book of Chronicles 2. Judah, the sons of Israel. These are the sons of Israel: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. Dan, Joseph, and Benjamin. Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. The descendants of Judah. Sons of Judah: Onan, and Shelah. These three were born to him by Bathsheba, the Canaanite woman. Judah's firstborn, displeased Yahweh, who put him to death. Tamar, Judah's daughter-in-law, bore him Perez and Zerah. Judah had 5 sons in all. Sons of Perez: Hezron and Hamul. Sons of Zerah: Zimri, Ethan, Heman, Kalkol, and Dara, 5 in all. Sons of Carmi: Akar, who brought trouble on Israel by being unfaithful to the curse of destruction. Sons of Ethan: Azariah. It's interesting on how many children they had, and you know, oh gosh, yeah. What are the two? Perez and Sarah. Oh, they're kind of, we've read about them, but sure have no idea. Kalkol, what did he do? And Dara? Zimri, we heard of Zimri. Heman? All right. Interesting on how some of your descendants are, okay, they're all mentioned here, but some of the descendants are more important than others. You think there was jealousy going on between all of them? Well, we just read the Kings. I think jealousy ran through the whole thing, right? Yes? All right. The boogeyman under the bed is jealousy. All right. The ancestors of David, sons of Hezron, there were born to him Yerahmeel, Ram, and Jelubai. Ram fathered Aminadab, which we've heard about. Aminadab fathered Nahshon, which we have the chief of the sons of Judah. Nahshon fathered Salma. Salma fathered Boaz. Boaz fathered Obed. Obed fathered Jesse. Jesse fathered Eliab, his firstborn. Abinadab, second. Shema, third. Nathanael, fourth. Radai, fifth. Wow. Ozem, sixth. Oh, wow. What did they add that to? David, seventh. Oh, because David's in it. Their sisters were Zeruiah and Abigail. Sons of Zeruiah: Abishai, Joab, and Asahel. 3. Abigail gave birth to Amasa. Father of Amasa was Jether the Ishmaelite. Oh, interesting. I find it interesting on how, what if one had to record all of, as soon as they became kings, what did they do, right? Yes? Whew. Man, did they have time for any kind of governing? Seems like to me, you father that many children, have that many wives, what do you got time for? One thing and one thing only? All right, then, yeah. I'm just wondering. Okay. But Solomon with his 700 wives and 300 wives, 700 concubines, whatever, all them children. That's too bad. They didn't have to write all them down, all their names, right? That probably would take out a book by itself. Okay, I'm just saying. So interesting on how before any of the kings were implemented in Israel, One could actually still go through all the children's names. This snad. There may have been more, right? Some of them of the maids. This snad. Not important or something. The ones that were. Oh, right, all right, all right. Just saying. Interesting. Oh, interesting. We must be doing something a little bit better in many parts of the world, because I can very easily, my husband can very easily put down all of the children that he has, or in our family, right? In my extended family, his extended family, right? Yes? Oh, okay. All right. So, all right. You must be going in a better direction than one time, right? All right, when all the kings reigned. Okay, I'm just saying. Oh, yeah, well, the commoners probably didn't have that problem. Caleb, son of Hezron, fathered Cheriot by Azubah, his wife. Oh, his wife. One wife. Oh, no. No, it's coming. These are her sons, Yesher, Shobab, and Ardan. Azubah died. Oh, and Caleb married Ephrath, who bore him her fathered Uri. Uri fathered Bezalel. Afterwards, Hezron married the daughter of Machir, father of Gilead. He married her when he was 60 years old, and she bore him Segub. I wonder how old she was. Oh, I'm not going to go there. Segub fathered Jair, who held 23 towns in the territory of Gilead. From them, however, Geshur and Aram took the encampments of Jair and Kenat with its dependencies, 60 towns. All these used to belong to the sons of Machir, father of Gilead. I think I need to talk about greed next. Desire, lust. Okay, after Hezron's death, Caleb married Ephrath, and then Ephratah, wife of Hezron, his father, who bore him Ashur, father of Tekoa. Hezron. How many wives died in Caleb's? Oof. Ooh. Oh, that's... Ooh, I better not go where I want to go with my detective thoughts here. That's a lot of wives, Caleb. Died one after another on you. Well, it's at that time. I don't know. I have no idea. Yerahmeel, Hezron's eldest son, fathered Hezron, his firstborn, Ram, Bunah, Oren, Ozem, Ahijah. Yerahmeel had another wife called Atarah. Oh, really? She was the mother of Onam. Sons of Ram, Yerahmeel's firstborn, Maaz, Jamin, and Eker. Sons of Onam, Shammai and Jadah. Sons of Shammai, Nadab and Abishur. Abishur's wife was called Abihail. She bore him Ahban and Molid. Sons of Nadab, Seled and Ephraim. Oh, sons of Nadab, Seled and Ephraim. Seled died leaving no sons. No son. Son of Ephraim, which doesn't mean he didn't have girls. Oh! I gotta mark this down. My son's name's in here. Ooh, I have to tell him. It's exactly spelled. How's my son's name spelled? Ishi. I-S-H-I. What was that? Son of Ephraim, Ishi. Son of Ishi, Sheshan. Son of Sheshan, Ahai. Sons of Jadah, Shammai's brother, Yether and Jonathan. Yether died leaving no sons. Sons of Jonathan, Pelet and Zazah. These were the sons of Jerahmeel. Sheshan had no sons, only daughters. Oh, haha, that's what I said. He had an Egyptian slave, Yarha, to whom Shehan gave his daughter in marriage. He bore him a tie. Oh, she bore him a tie. Oh, I wonder, that must have been a very special relationship between that Egyptian slave, an Egyptian slave. And he gave his daughter to him. In marriage. Ooh. That would be an interesting story. Attai fathered Nathan. Nathan fathered Sabad. Sabad fathered Eplal. Eplal. P and H make an F, but I don't know. Eflal. Eflal fathered Obed. Obed fathered Yehu. Yehu fathered Azariah. Yehu, yeah, we know you. Azariah fathered Helez. Helez fathered Eleazar. Eleazar fathered Sismai. Sismai fathered Shalom. Shalom fathered Yechemiah. Yechemiah fathered Elishama. Caleb. Again, another Caleb. Sons of Caleb. Yerahmeel's brother, Mesha, his firstborn, who fathered Siph. His son was Mareshpah, father of Hebron. Sons of Hebron, Korah, Tapua, Rakem, and Shema. Shema fathered Raham, father of Yorkiam. Rakem fathered Shammai. Shammai's son was Maon, and Maon fathered Beth-zur. Ephah, Caleb's concubine, gave birth to Haran, Mazah, and Gazez. Haran fathered Gazez. Sons of Jadai, Regem, Yatham, Geshan, Pelet, Ephah, and Chaph. Mahakah, Caleb's concubine, gave birth another one to Sheber and Tirhana. She gave birth to Shaab, who fathered Matmana, and Shiva, who fathered Machbenah and Gibeah. The daughter of Caleb was Achsah. These were the sons of Caleb. Oh, dear me. No wonder they call them harems. Hur, sons of Hur. The firstborn of Ephratah, Shobal, fathered Kiriath Yearim. Salma fathered Bethlehem. Bethlehem. That was actually a name as well. Haraph fathered Beth Gader. Shobal, father of Kiriath Yearim, had sons. Haraway, that is half of the Manahites, and the clans of Kiriath Yearim, the Ithrites, Puthites, Shumites, and Mishrites. Their descendants are the people of Zorah and Eshtaol. Oh, remember we read about the chiefs? It looks like that Hur had some descendants or sons that became leaders in all these clans? How else would they suddenly become Itrites, Puthites, Shumatites, and Mishrites? Sons of Salma, Bethlehem, the Netophathites, Athroth, Beth Joab, half of the Manahites, the Soratites, the Sophrite clans living at Jabez, the Tirathites, the Shemathites, the Sukkothites. They were the Kenites, descended from Hamad, father of the house of Reshad. And that is the end of 2, and my mouth hurts now. Blah, blah. I think I just became tongue-tied or something. Is that the whole thing? Just goes through like that? Wow, that's going to be really interesting. I'm going to have to come up with some interesting talks before and after, right? Yep. Okay. Ishi, son of Ishi. Sheshan. I would tell my son, hey, my mother-in-law told me, said, I went and checked it out. Ishi's actually in the Bible as a warlord. Okay, I haven't found that, but if I found his name in the Bible. Yes, okay. Oh, isn't that interesting? All right. Spelled exactly the same way. Now I got to go and find out where that name came from in the Bible. Anywho, so there we are. Oh. Oh, what did I talk about? Jealousy. I can't see all these women with one man on how that can go over well. I can't see it. And once again, is it just because they have to share a guy? Because it's kind of seems to be common, whatever, right? Okay. A common thing. So the girls already grow up like that. So, well, that's what you do. You share a man, right? Yes? Okay, what about the children? When it comes to the children, all these sons, who's going to take over? Who's going to be the father's favorite? Because that's still something that goes on in the world today. How can you have a favorite among your children? I have no idea how that works as a parent. No idea at all. That's awful. I think that's awful. If a child would have to grow up, thinking that, again, have to be jealous. Have to be taught to be jealous. Because of what? An adult's behavior. All right. So, if there were no children at all involved, and a guy would just have, as they say here, 2 or 3 wives and concubines, this and that, and all the girls would just have to be serving him in bed and cook some and this and that, right? It'd be probably all right. And the women would have pretty good time. Right? Yes, but there are children involved. And everyone wants what? These women, most likely, unless they are of lower status, they probably just try to figure out how to protect their children. Yes? But if they are the actual wives, this and that, it's unbelievable when you look through history when it comes to stuff like this on how many children were killed out of jealousy. All right. What an awful thing. Ugh. So there it is. I don't have much more to say. I gotta go and watch that show. I watched the prayer vigil. It's only going to go on for another 32 days. So yes, I'd like to be a part of that. And I got the link, so I got to go. I can't share it. It's I'm not sure how one can find it. It should be on YouTube. I want to see if I can find it on YouTube and then let you guys know. But it's live, so you watch it either right then and there, or you're not going to see it. Right? Yes? Got to make a commitment then. To watch when it is actually on. Oh, okay. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to y'all another time.